Hey guys, it's Horatio here with an. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, what did I tell you guys? Get. Ugh. Hey guys, Horatio here with another Pokemon review. For starters, let's talk about what this is. It is clearly a Clefairy doll, but do we all remember what role the Clefairy doll has played in the Pokemon games? In Pokemon Red and Blue, if you go to Saffron City, Copycat is a young girl who lives in Saffron City, and in exchange for the Clefairy doll, which you can buy at a at a Pokemart, she will give you the Mimic TM to use on your Pokemon. And then if you go visit her in Gold and Silver, after having completed the events in Johto and returning to Kanto, excuse me, she will her Clefairy doll has been lost, and you have to go find it, and it was found by a member of the Vermilion Pokemon fan club who will give it to you so that you can bring it back to Copycat and reunite her with her lost doll. So clearly it's a really important part of the Pokemon fandom, and also the inspiration for Plush Plush, really, which became Pokédolls, which are Pokemon Center exclusive plushes. This Clefairy doll, however, is very clearly based on the original from the games. We can take a look at it, turn it around. It's got derpy little wings. You can see it's got a tail. It's a fat little plush, and it's a fat little plush. And it's made out of, if we bring it up close, you can kind of see the details. It's made out of that horrible fabric that I always complain about. It picks up lint. It's itchy, it's scratchy, it's not cuddly. Her face is just screen printed on. You couldn't really ask for more, though. It doesn't, 3 lines doesn't really need to be embroidered. Got brown fabric on her ears. And let's take a look at the tag. It was from a Christmas collection, though the Clefairy doll was the only serious video game reference in the collection. I believe there was also a Pikachu, Squirtle, Charmander, and Mew, and they are basically all wearing Christmas hats or Santa costumes. You can flip it around, and you do see that the copyright date is 1998. This is a very dated Pokemon doll. And what I always like to use dated Pokemon dolls by Banpresto as an example of is a lot of people complain about the Jack-specific plushes these days, saying they're not as high quality as Pokédolls, or they're not as high quality as the UFO plushes being released today. And the thing is, Rome wasn't built in a day. And Jack-specific has made incredible leaps and bounds in the terms of the quality of the plushes that they're making. This is something that I kind of harp on over and over again to my roommate until he tells me to shut up. But the Clefairy doll is a good example. It personifies its role in the games very well. It is what it is. It's based on pixel art. There's not really much more you can ask for. The seams aren't, you can see this is where it was stuffed and then hand sewed up. And on a lot of newer plushes, you won't see that so obviously. And part of it is that minky fabrics really hide that hand stitching, and this fabric doesn't really allow you to pretend that, stitching lines aren't there. And you can see that the seam is pulling apart right here where it was machine stitched but stuffed. Overall, though, that's on the back. There's a quick stitch detail on its tail. And you can see that the seams do show very clearly. We can get over that with this plush because it's the Clefairy doll and it's based on a doll. It's not supposed to be a Pokemon. So we can get over seams showing because it gives it it gives it a doll appearance. It looks like a doll. It's fantastic. I love it. Looks like a doll. But in other plushes, which I will be getting to eventually, it becomes more like, this doesn't look like what it's supposed to be. So before we go, take a quick look at her tush tag, Banpresto 1998. See the copyright. Looks like there was something once right there. You can almost see it. Looks like maybe a picture of the doll itself, but it was sewn over when the tush tag was sewn in. Overall, though, a really nice plush. Pretty rare, as with any dated plush. They have a tendency to get pretty darn rare after a while. But it's a great plush if you can find it to have in your collection, because I just love things that reference little tiny things in video games like that so much, and I always kind of secretly loved the Copycat Saga. I thought she was a fun character. She was one of those nice side characters that you get to meet in the early games, and actually is kind of memorable. So overall, though it's a relatively low-quality plush, I do recommend it, because the low quality gives it charm in this case. So, if you're looking for this guy, I'd recommend looking for Japanese auction sites. That's your best bet, like Yahoo Japan Auctions. And expect a price between 500 and 2,000 yen. I've seen it in a variety of price ranges. But yeah, keep looking. It's very cute, definitely worth having. And this is Horatio signing out. I'll see you guys at the next review.